Yo, what's going on, guys? So I wanted to show you what I've been running on the PTR for speed greater rifts with the Jade Harvester set. And this isn't going to really be a full build guide. I'm going to wait until we're closer to the release of patch 2.6.1 when things are more finalized, because we're kind of in a state of things constantly shifting and changing on the PTR, with things getting nerfed and buffed, things getting added and taken away. So until things are more final, I'm not going to put out full build guides, but I do want to put out some update videos for things that I have been testing and running on the PTR, so you guys can see my thoughts on the various sets and the changes that they've put into place. So we actually got some pretty exciting news, and it's a couple of the points that I went over in my last video, the 2.6.1 PTR changes for the Witch Doc. And so basically we got a response from one of the game designers on the PTR forums, and that's Don Vu. And he basically said that in the next PTR patch, which should go live next Tuesday of next week, that they're going to increase the duration of Creeping Death to 14,400 seconds, up from 3,600 seconds. And I touched on this. I mean, it makes obvious sense to do that, with Quetzalcoatl reducing the duration of Creeping Death by half to 1,800 seconds. The 6-piece Jade consuming 1,200 seconds. That's just obviously not enough. It needs to be much, much higher than it is currently. So it's a really good change. And then something that everybody that plays Jade or has played Jade in the past has always wanted is damage reduction. And I'm assuming the damage reduction will be on the 4-piece. But basically it's going to be a 50% damage reduction after casting Soul Harvest. So that's what they're adding on the next PTR patch. And that doesn't mean that those are the exact changes that will end up going live for this patch, but definitely Jade is heading in the right direction. That damage mitigation is going to make a world of difference for how much fun Jade is to play, because currently Jade is fun to play, but it gets less and less fun the higher you push, because you have to be so insanely careful, and it makes it one of the most fishy builds in the game too, because eventually you get to a point where everything's killing you just about, and you're looking for the exact perfect type of mobs. That's not really fun. Alright, so now that all that's out of the way, let's go over the build and spec that I'm running currently in about, you could probably take this up to about 75s or so right now, but anything higher than that, you're going to get really, really squishy. And the video that I'm going to show you is with just 800 Paragon, so it's not like you have to be a super high Paragon level to run it or anything like that. So spec-wise, you know, pretty standard Jade. Haunt Resentful Spirits for 2 spirits, 3 spirits with the Haunting Girdle. Locust Swarm Pestilence being cast by Wormwood, Piranha's Paranado to group enemies together, Spirit Walk Severance for a giant burst of speed, get every Soul Harvest rune, Horrify Stalker for more movement speed, also paired with the Rochelle's Ring of Larceny for even more movement speed when you fear an enemy, Creeping Death, pretty standard, Spirit Vessel for a second life, Confidence Ritual for more damage, and Grave Injustice for cooldown reduction. As far as the gear goes, 5-piece Jade with the Ring of Royal Grandeur to get the 6-piece bonus, Quetzalcoatl on the character. Got the Rochelle's Ring of Larceny here, along with a Hellfire Amulet. The 5th passive being Gruesome Feast. This could also be Pierce the Veil. Currently I'm running Lacumbras on my character, because at the moment, with the way Jade is and how squishy it is, I feel like I need that extra mitigation. Even though I'm not running the Sacred Harvester, still is more damage reduction for what I'm trying to do currently. Got the Engiom, so you have the basically instant Spirit Walk. You can just Spirit Walk all over the place, as well as being able to Soul Harvest like crazy. With the current build that I'm running, especially in like 70 to 75s, I pretty much just run from Elite to Elite. And with, you know, between Spirit Walk Severance and Rochelle's Ring with the Horrify, you have pretty nuts movement speed. Then I'm running a Thing of the Deep for pickup radius. This could be the Vile Hive Mojo if you wanted it to be. That's totally fine too. As far as legendary gems, Bane of the Trapped, everything that you haunt is going to get this effect. Because it slows enemies, as well as just when you're in melee range, that 15-yard range with the secondary effect from Bane of the Trapped, you're going to get it as well. Bane of the Powerful for more damage. Then running an Esoteric at the moment, again, because of that needed mitigation. Now, again, like I said, next week with the patch, you may be able to drop Lacumbras and Esoteric, potentially. And with that 50% more damage reduction from just the bonus from the set itself. And then we got Kanai's Cube. So Wormwood in the Cube to passively cast Locust Swarm for you. Nim Bracers. Now, like I said, next week, Lacumbras might get dropped, and then you can just run Nims on your character. And then possibly just go back to full-on 6-piece Jade. switch out the Ring of Royal Grandeur for a Convention of Elements, or figure out some other item to run here in the cube. And then the Ring of Emptiness, which is a pretty standard item for just about any build, but especially for Jade, with your two main damage abilities being Haunt and Locust Swarm. Everything's going to be haunted and Locust Swarmed anyways. So there you go, guys. I know it was a super quick rundown, not very in-depth like I like to have my videos be, but most of you guys have ran Jade in the past, and you probably know the gist of how it works. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.